episode of Cultural Magazine, in which we bring to you the best and most important cultural events taking place nationwide, from visual arts, photography, opera, to all the various cultural events and activities taking place in the country. In this segment, we're coming to you from the Indian Cultural Center, in which we will be looking at an exhibition entitled Visit to India by Egyptian painter Muhammad Abla. Mr. Muhammad Abla is one of Egypt's most renowned painters. He started his career in 1978, and ever since then he became one of Egypt's most important painters, especially in the field of abstract painting. Now, let's look at his exhibition. Joining me now is His Excellency, the Ambassador of India to Egypt, His Excellency Sonji Patachaya. Your Excellency, first of all, welcome to Egypt, because I've heard that you've been here only for 3 months. So I'd like to ask you, how do you find Egypt?
It's my first time in Egypt, and although it's been just as short as 3 months, it already feels like being at home. I must say I find great commonality between India and Egypt. I think some of us look alike. We all have very strong families and social ties. Even the weather is similar.
What about tonight's exhibition? And you inaugurated tonight, and now the exhibition of Mr. Muhammad Abla.
Mr. Muhammad Abla is a very well-known Egyptian artist. So for us, it is a great privilege to have his exhibits at our cultural center. We have always believed that cultural connections are the most enduring. These are the connections that lay the foundation for all other forms of political or economic engagement. We are very fortunate that India and Egypt share a very common civilizational bond. Mr. Abla's paintings, which depict a diversity of Indian life, evoke new memories and new feelings, even for an Indian. So for us, it's very exciting to have his paintings at the Culture Center.
Joining me now is celebrity painter Mr. Muhammad Abla, who will talk to us about his exhibition Visit to India. Mr. Muhammad, would you talk to us about the theme of your exhibition Visit to India?
I visited India 2 times, and each time was about 2 weeks. And after those 2 visits, I am sure now about my first impression. The Indian people are the hero of everything, because those Indian people are very simple, very active, very kind, hard workers, and are full of love and art and music and colors. So here I try to express the Indian people. My point of view was really to express how different the streets. There are everything there. You can find everything at the same time. Cows and cars and bicycles and people and animals. a lot of smells, a lot of colors. So Indian people. So this is exhibition about the Indian people.
What about the material you've used and in coloring?
Some of them I use watercolors, and some of them I use oil colors on paper, and mostly I use material which can produce quick sketches. So they are mostly quick pieces made quickly.
Now, when you decided to do these sketches, did you do sketches while you were traveling in India and then you really did it, or is it all from your mind, imagination? Yes.
No, I did there a lot of sketches, and when I came back to Cairo, I started to work on those sketches. So some of them out of my sketches, some of them out of photos also I made in India.
How do you work? Do you plan your work first, or do you work spontaneously?
No, in this case, I have to plan. In this case, I have to plan. I have to decide what I'm doing. When I'm there, I have my sketchbook. I'm sitting in the street, sitting in a rickshaw or on tuk-tuk, and I do sketches. So I did a lot of sketches there, and then I had to decide what I'm going to use. I couldn't use all of them, so some of them I used, and so it's like this.
Now, you're known for your abstract work, and here the lines are defined more or less. So, except for very few pieces where you can see the figures, but you feel that it's more like an outline. So, would you talk to us about your style in this exhibition?
In this exhibition, I'm talking about people. I'm talking about real life, about reality. So, in this case, I tried to express the reality or the real life, and so that's why I didn't want to do abstract work. I want only to show reality.
What about the choice of colors?
I didn't choose. They have beautiful colors. I mean, they have very nice and different colors. Everybody is wearing different colors than the other. So I didn't choose. They choose me.
So you decided that each painting will have its own colors according to the topic, rather than improvise and create your own from your own imagination, I mean?
Yeah, I didn't invent colors. It is the color which you see it in the street. That's the street's colors.
Now, there are around 14 paintings or drawings. How long did it take you to accomplish them?
This is only a part of it. I did a lot of work in India. I did more than 200 pieces, but I could show only this few amount of them.
How did it take you to do the 14 pieces?
No, it didn't take so much time, but I made them through year. Yeah, but I don't count like this. Okay.
Now, for your work, would you tell us about a day in your life? Like, how do you work? What do you do? Like, do you contemplate first? Would something strike your eye, so that's when you paint? Tell us a bit about Muhammad Abla.
No, I got up early normally, and I go to studio. My studio in a small island on the Nile. So I go to the studio, I work till afternoon, and then I spend the nights downtown. So I go to cinema or I go to any event. But normally I go early in the morning to the studio and I work. I work in the studio.
Joining me now is Her Excellency, the wife of the Indian ambassador to Egypt, Mrs. Ranu Patacharya. Mrs. Ranu, welcome with us. First of all, I'd like to ask you about your impressions about tonight's exhibition.
Thank you. Thank you for the welcome. What struck me about the exhibition is how, with just line and color, the artist has magnificently been able to portray India. And what strikes me again about this is that cultures don't need exact delineations to interpret each other. With the most simple of forms, you're able to convey an impression and share that impression. So it's really about an emotional bond. And I feel that emotional bond that the artist has conveyed through his paintings. I'm absolutely privileged to watch it.
Your Excellency, you've been here now for 3 months. How do you find Egypt?
Well, if I was an artist, I would be able to draw with the same brush strokes, the colors, the emotions of the life over here. What strikes me most about life in Egypt is the people. And I find same kind of relationships that exist in India exist in Egypt as well. I think you feel the same bond between families that we feel in India. During Ramadan, when I was late at night, when we used to go to the malls, I used to see the Egyptian families with little children. And it was so close and warm. It's not as if the little children are a separate part of the life. The old people are separate. They're all together. And I really, really find that so wonderful. It's same like in India.
Joining me now is Mr. Rakesh Kaura, head of the Indian Cultural Center. Mr. Rakesh, welcome with us. I'd like to ask you about the exhibition of Mr. Muhammad Abla being held here at the Indian Cultural Center.
Yeah, we are fortunate to have Mr. Abla here and he's displayed his exhibition here. It's not the first time that he has exhibition with us. This is the second time we are doing exhibition at the Indian Culture Center. He has been a good friend of India and he's traveled to India. And the exhibition you see today is somewhat based on his experience that he has himself gone through, and is a reflection of his experience that he had in India.
Now we're coming to you from the Cairo Opera House's Open Air Theatre, and we will be attending Nesma Abdelaziz's concert. Actually, Nesma fell in love with music, especially the marimba musical instrument, and she started learning how to play it. When she grew up, she joined Omar Khayrat's troupe. After that, she had her own troupe. Today, we will be listening to some of her music and attending her concert.
مبسوطة قوي ان الحمد لله الناس اتبسطت وكان في جمهور كبير ولعبنا مزيكا كتيرة النهاردة مختلفة، فالحمد لله مبسوطة قوي ان الناس اتبسطت.
I'm happy that I held today's concert as it has been postponed since Ramadan. I'm glad that the audience enjoyed it. We played a variety of new songs which was appreciated by the public. I'm quite tired following the concert, but I'm happy. I always try to create a combination of Eastern and Western music with concentration on the folkloric music with the drum beats, the mizmar and the rababa to create a unique mix. In addition to using the Arabic and folkloric music in my performances, I also concentrate on the classic music which I studied at the Conservatoire. I kept the variety of music while performing classic songs like songs for Kulthum. Today we performed many types of music.
نسمة طبعا صديقة عزيزة وفنانة كبيرة، أخت ليا وصديقة ليا، بنعرف بعض من زمان.
Nisma is a good friend of mine. I have known her for years. Before working with her, I joined her band a year and a half ago. Since then, I've been enjoying working with her. When choosing the songs, I have made sure that the beat suits the marimba rhythms. I have to choose sections that suits my voice as well as the tone of the marimba.
النهارده عملنا أول مرة تحب يا قلبي وأول يوم اتهنى، يا على نار الحب قالولي ولقيتها من الجنة. أول مرة أول مرة
احنا بنحب قوي حفلات الفنان نسمة عبد العزيز،
فنانة موهوبة وجميلة وصغيرة.
My family and I like Nisma Abdelaziz. She's a talented young artist. We like to encourage her. We follow her concerts, and when we read about her concert, we all gather and come to attend it. We also like Omar Khairat. I like the program of the Cairo Opera House as it offers a variety of quality and sophisticated art. I have attended concerts for Nisma before. I attended 2 of her concerts. One was held here at the Cairo Opera House, while the other she was performing with Omar Khairat. If you're interested in the cultural activities taking place here in Egypt, then Cultural Magazine is your program. In this segment, we will be looking into an exhibition inspired from the beaches and the seashore. It is Dr. Ghada Nouman Gomaz's exhibition, Transparency.
أولا دي مش أول مرة نستخدم الزجاج لأن أنا بشتغل في
Working with glazed glass is my specialty. This exhibition is dedicated to the seashore, coastal cities, the sky, and the maritime life. I choose specific colors, shades of blue, green, orange, red, purple, and the various sea colors. I wanted the exhibition to be like its name, transparent. I created contrast between the colored glazed glass pieces and the transparent background. The background is made out of melted glass of multi-layers, each baked at a different temperature. I used glass with copper frames. I tried to remove the copper color and reduce its effect by covering it with a colored layer of glass.
فكرة قائمة على إنه
My work is of several layers made out of different melting temperatures for the glass. Each temperature gives a different color, effect and texture to the glass. Each piece has a variety in its texture. I break the glass and restylize it. I restylize each piece. The piece takes 3 stages. It gets baked 3 times, each at a certain temperature. Each temperature produces a certain color. I also used beads instead of colors, so I melted them. I like the effect of beads more than colors. I like the glass to be clear, simple, colorful, yet transparent. It took me 2 years to prepare for this exhibition. I had to use the glass and bake it. The glass was baked on different stages, at different temperatures. I used different types of beads for colors, and all the items I depicted were inspired from the sea. Even when I depicted human figures, I gave their features maritime shapes. Activities taking place here in Egypt, and by this we come to an end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Until we meet again, it's goodbye.